Welcome, everyone. It's Diane Yetter from the Sales Tax Institute, welcoming you back to another episode of our Women to Watch in Sales Tax. And today I'm thrilled to be talking to Stacey Roberts, who is the State and Local Tax Director at TaxOps in the Denver, Colorado area. So Stacey, welcome.
Thanks, and thanks for having me, Diane. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. So Stacey, for people that don't know what TaxOps is, can you tell us what they do and then what is your role there?
Sure. So a lot of people probably have not heard of TaxOps, but we're a small boutique tax firm. We don't have an audit practice. Our state and local tax team is about 8 people now, and I'm physically in Colorado, but we have team members dispersed around the country. And then our larger firm is about 25, 26 people.
Okay.
So we have the SALT service line. We have kind of our federal and state income tax compliance and provision consulting service line, as well as then we have an R&D credit service line.
Okay.
So that's what we focus on as a firm. For myself in the state and local tax team, I'm kind of second in command, if you will, I guess.
Okay.
And Judy Vorndren, she's the partner of our group, started our team. And incidentally, most of us have worked together in prior lives at different places.
Okay.
In fact, this is the 3rd firm I've worked at with Judy.
Okay.
So law of attraction. And so my focus is on sales tax, of course, but also I do a lot of state income tax work as well. So I got the best of both worlds in my experience. And I started my career doing state and local income tax for the most part, and then just kind of morphed as I've gone through my career and done a lot of sales tax works.
So is there something you've accomplished in the sales tax field that you're really proud of?
So a few years ago, I was actually asked to be an expert witness for a litigation that happened to be related to basically sales tax recovery studies. My role was just to kind of come in and say, okay, this is how this type of consulting work works. And so it was really kind of more of a contract. It was more of like a contract dispute. However,
Okay.
they really needed to understand kind of how a sales tax like reverse audit works. And I was able to provide, some expert testimony. I was deposed, everything, and I was able to provide that testimony. They ultimately settled, which is good, but that was my first time ever doing that. And it was a very interesting experience.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is a big accomplishment. It's a nice thing to add to your resume. So congratulations
Absolutely.
on that.
Absolutely.
So do you have some advice you'd give women working in sales tax?
I think one of the things I've learned in my career is to really just advocate for myself.
Okay.
Because, obviously it's really great to have, somebody to support you and, kind of bring you up with them. But it's really, really important to advocate for yourself in order to, get to the next level or get what you want in your career. And so I would say that that's probably the biggest lesson I've learned in my career, my 25-ish years of doing this. So that's what I would say.
Okay. And I think you're right. It's really important for everyone. I think women naturally, we tend not to always toot our own horn and say what we've done well.
Yeah, it was very, it's still, some degree, I feel like we're very, humble people, right? So like, it is, hard, I think sometimes to, go out there and be like, no, I deserve this. And this is why. But I've learned that in my career that we really have to do that because nobody else really will do that for you.
Stacey, thank you so much for sharing your a little bit of your history and your accomplishments with our listeners. And I really appreciate it and great to see you as always.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to see you. And thanks for having me.